All right, what's up, guys? Finishing the day here, $48. Quite a choppy day today. Pretty much one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. Here is my intraday P&L. So pretty much getting green, starting to give it back, getting more green, giving it back, and finishing it. Pretty much a break-even day, $48. But I'll take it. At least it's not a red day. Today definitely had that potential to be a max loss red day because there's no really clear gappers, and SPRC was very tricky, drug was very tricky, and NERV was very, very tricky as well. And I was just getting chopped up so much because there's just so much lack of continuation. And I was always, taking that starter position off the low, off of support, and then adding into a breakout level, and then we would get stuffed, and I would end up taking it either break even or small loss, and it just happened over and over again to where I never really got any traction on the day. I would just keep giving back the profits that I made. But one thing I did do good today was keeping the losers very small. So even though today you can see that my accuracy is 43%, this is really, really bad, 20% lower than my usual. I was able to stay green because I was cutting my losers small, and I took my profits when I had them. So I was able to maintain a positive risk-reward ratio, and that offset my weakness in accuracy. And so, today is a good day in the sense that I did cut my losers and respected my risk, and I was able to take bigger share size than SPRC. My biggest share size was 4,250 shares, which is almost a $7,000 position size, which is really, really good. And here you can see taking more volume than I had in the past. So for the past maybe 2 months or so, I've been averaging about 50,000 shares, and so the past 3 days I've been hitting over 70,000 shares. So definitely one step into sizing up. But obviously my goal is to get near this $100,000 share mark. But then you can see here today my accuracy was so weak compared to these other days. So it could have been a very, very bad day if I didn't respect my stop loss and didn't cut my losers. So successful day, I guess you could say, but the P&L is not the best. So without further ado, let's go through these trades. Here for SPRC, rode this, kind of scalping this front side as it was breaking over this pivot, and then riding it up towards the pre-market high, and then we did find some resistance. And then on the pullback, the first pullback, I sized in 4,000 shares, and I actually got chopped up in here and took a small loss on those 4,000 shares. At this point, I was up like 150 on the day, and then gave it back, pretty much all back to break even. And that was SPRC. SPRC still slightly green on it. We did have a small little consolidation, and then we finally broke over 150. But this wasn't the best trade either. I actually bought for the break at 150, and then it broke before I got filled, and I got filled up kind of high, 152, 153, and then I sold down here at 150 because it just had a false breakout. So that wasn't the prettiest trade either. So that's SPRC. I was able to retain some gains down here, but I was up 170 on it, and I gave back pretty much $100 off the top, $120 off the top. DRUG, GRUG. So at the open here, I just kind of traded the first 1 minute candle. My orders were actually going through this time, so that was good. Scalped the quick 2 cents there. Here, I really should have held a little bit longer there. I could have got a nice 5 or 10 cents, but I was a little bit off put by drug because it was so thick. And I remember at this point there was a huge seller right here at 220, and so that kind of put me away from it. And then also like the pattern, I'm not quite as familiar with this pattern. It seems to be a support reclaim. However, it didn't squeeze out shorts as fast as I thought it would. I thought this could really just immediately in 1 or 2 candles gap up to 135 to the pre-market highs, and then maybe rip up but it was so thick, very thick. So it didn't move as fast as I was anticipating. Then here for the break of 230 here, got a nice 4 cents on small size. And then a break for the new candle, make a new high at 32. And so adding at 31 at 33, and then that new high taking it off at 35, 37, 32, which is not bad. And then here I'm anticipating that break through that pre-market high, but a little bit too early. Ended up taking a 3 cent loss there. And then we did get the break of that pre-market high and up through 250, but I kind of botched that trade for a break even. I didn't get in early enough. I kind of chased it towards the high. It was very choppy up there. Seemed to be a lot of resistance. And then that was it for drug. Drug didn't hold up too well. NERV. So NERV kind of just ripped out of nowhere, but the volume wasn't as big as something that could really make a huge move like this. I thought this would have even more volume than it did. It barely had over 1 million shares per 1 minute candle. I didn't think most of these candles are way under 1 million shares per 1 minute candle, but it still moved quite nice. The float was good. The only thing, the news was it was moving after a asset management reported 8.8 passive stake in a company. So it's a decent catalyst. It did make a decent move, but very, very choppy and very hard to read. I was just having trouble reading it. I would always be buying a dip and then looking for that move through the high, and I would just get either dumped on for break and then sell for break even, or I'd get chopped out trying to add and then it's not going yet, so I try to manage my risk and sell some shares in case it dips down lower, and then maybe add on that dip and then they get chopped out again. And that's just kind of been what's happening here on NERV, and I was just getting so frustrated. I didn't really have any good trades on it. This one wasn't too bad. This first trade through this this pivot here at 88, so getting in at 86, breakthrough 88 up to 92, so nice 6 cents. Here's a break even. Here's 1 cent off of the support of $6. Here we dip down again. And this one was actually not a bad trade. This is probably my best trade on this stock. So dipping down under 6 for that next candle for the new low on the 1 minute pullback. 9 EMA support coming in and reclaims this level under 6. And then I'm now anticipating the breakthrough over 6. And then I'm selling it as this candle is breaking to a new 1 minute high. So I get in at 94 as it's showing some buyers into here, selling some as it breaks over 6, selling some at 611 on this one candle, and then selling some if it goes higher. And I think my best sell here was, 611 actually was my best sell. And then I proceeded to kind of give it back here, 5 cent loss there, 1 cent win there, 2 cent loss there on this false breakout. Here I was anticipating that breakthrough 637. I thought it was pretty strong stock because it was the only thing that was given a move at this moment. So I thought all the traders were looking at it. So I was like, all right, time to get aggressive. But it didn't move as fast as I was thinking it would move. And then it finally curls up and makes that move. But here's small size. I'm already sized down on this thing. So 2 cent loss there, 1 cent, 3 cent win there. Here's a 2 cent win there. Here's a 1 cent win there. So it's very small scalps on small size. Not really making out much. And then again here, finally, then midday it curls up again and kind of makes a move. But I'm trying here towards the highs at 660 for the breakout. And it doesn't hold up too well. And I take that one off for about break even. This one's a 1 cent loss. This one is a 7 cent loss. Here I got in all the way up here at 62 and got caught in this false breakout. And then it dumps all the way back down to 55. So, and like the spreads are so wide on this that the price was able to move 10 cents before you could even sell. So you're pretty much risking 20 cents on this stock because 10 cents alone is the spread. When there's a big move, the spread can really open up to 10 cents. Maybe the ask pulls away and the bid stays, or the bid dumps and the ask stays. And it's really, really tough to get really good fills on this. It's really, a lot of times the stock would break out and I would be selling for a loss, even though I bought before the breakout because the bids wouldn't move up. So that happened a lot. And here I got to chase this all the way up here for a small loss. Here again, chase it again at 82, selling at 72. Yeah, not the best trading. This is when I started getting real frustrated because I was anticipating like a pull away in the stock, like an almost parabolic strong move, and it just wouldn't open up. And I just kept getting chopped up at the highs. And so once I started getting frustrated here, I just I walked away, went to the gym, and then it finally kind of still did a choppy move, but it still moved up another $1.50 a share. So it did have some more potential in it, another 25%. So it did have potential in it, but I was just getting so frustrated on it. I think the best thing to do for me was just to walk away. I was happy I did because it definitely could have been a max loss day today with the type of action that we were getting. And then lastly on NEPT, I did trade this after hours as well, but I was looking for the breakthrough $3. I saw volume coming in on this candle. I knew we had resistance here, but I thought we'd break it and break through $3 after this pullback. So I was giving it some patience, but I let it go a little bit too long. So we're here at 97, looking for that breakthrough 3, and it just chops up around in here. And I was like, I can't give it any more time because I don't want to take a bigger loss. So that was that. NEPT was like a $40 loss. And then here in after hours, kind of not even the biggest volume, but did move up. Actually halted up at one point. Kind of just inched higher, and I just didn't have the conviction to trade big size. I just didn't have the conviction. It just didn't look as good. And then after, the whole day of just getting chopped around, it really seemed like that would be the theme today. But this did give a good move. Definitely could have made your day here on NEPT. The move from 310 to 372. It's about a 15% move. So could have got nicely green on that, but I did stay small size, and I didn't really have that conviction. I didn't really think it was that good of a setup to be trading big size and going for it. Because even in the past, in the stock is just very choppy as well. So I think it was good that I kind of sat in my hands most of the time. Didn't really trade too big a size and didn't push it when I was seeing some resistance in my setups. I think I did that very well, cutting my losers, and it's just about waiting for a really good stock. Hopefully we get something good tomorrow. Yesterday wasn't too bad. Monday wasn't too bad. Today was just very hard to find a clear winner, and the clear winner was NERV that popped up kind of later in the morning, and it wasn't clean at all, very choppy. So happy to be green for sure. Could have been a much worse day, but definitely a lot of better days ahead of us. And today I was actually ready to size up. I was ready to take that next level share size, but the market just wasn't calling for it. So I was really happy that I didn't actually take a big loss today, because there was 2 moments on SPRC that I was in pretty big share size, over 4K shares. Here I was in 4K shares. Here I was in over 4K shares. Twice I was in, so it was 3 times I was in over 4K shares. So definitely showing myself that I can take that big size, and I'm not afraid to. But it's just about waiting for the market, the right market that is giving follow through and momentum, and then I'm going to be seeing some nice P&Ls. So looking forward to tomorrow and see what tomorrow has in store for us. If you're still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps a lot. Also, consider subscribing if you're not yet a subscriber. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow for Thursday's recap. All right. See you guys later. Peace.